Hey, it's Darius. The I-75 summer special is hot. Get 30 months. Full course includes the 2024 exams, ISC, BAR, and TCP. The new CPA exams are coming. Be ready with 30 months of I-75 CPA review. Go to i75cpareview.com. What do you have to know about the Student Financial Aid Form called FAFSA? FAFSA stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, and it's a form that can be prepared annually by current and prospective college students in the U.S. to determine their eligibility for student financial aid. To your clients, there's nothing more important than their kids' college education and how they're going to pay for it. So the CPA TCP exam is catching up with that need, knowing that many CPAs are going to be asked to do this kind of work. Help the client fill out the all-important FAFSA. FAFSA is used by the federal government, used by states and colleges to award financial aid in the form of grants, work-study funds, and also loans. So FAFSA is not only about free money. It's not just grants. FAFSA will determine whether your child qualifies for a work-study program, where if the child doesn't mind working for the school while attending, they'll qualify for some financial aid. And also FAFSA collects information to see if the student would qualify for loans. So the process starts by FAFSA collecting financial and demographic information from your client to determine what's called the Expected Family Contribution, or EFC. The Expected Family Contribution is not a dollar amount, but rather an index number that colleges use to determine how much financial aid your client would qualify for if attending their school. The lower the EFC, the more financial aid your client might get. So what kind of financial and demographic information does FAFSA collect from your client? Information about income, assets, household size, and number of family members in college. FAFSA does not directly collect academic information, such as grade point average, SAT scores, or course grades. Its purpose is to determine a student's financial need, not their academic qualifications. All students are encouraged to complete FAFSA as soon as possible each year to maximize their eligibility for financial aid. Even if your client thinks her family might not qualify for need-based aid, it's still worth completing FAFSA because it could open up access to various types of aid, and because some schools may use the information to award their own scholarships. Now, it's important to know that the FAFSA becomes available on October 1st each year, and the federal deadline for FAFSA is June 30th. And the exam could test these dates because these dates don't change, and they're very important dates to your client if your client has kids that are nearing college age. So when that first bell rings on October 1st each year, that's when your client needs to get busy filling out the FAFSA form, because some of this is awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. Now, the federal deadline of June 30th is at the end of the academic year for which aid is sought. For example, if your client's applying for financial aid for the 2023-2024 academic year, the federal deadline would be June 30th of 2024. But that doesn't mean that your client should wait until June 30th when the second bell rings, the federal deadline, because some states and colleges will have earlier deadlines. And we said some types of aid are awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. Therefore, it's typically recommended to submit the FAFSA as soon as possible after it becomes available on October 1st. I have the same client who emails me every year asking me for the information, copies of returns, so that he can submit it to FAFSA as early as possible. And each year, he gets it in early, and his kid qualifies for maximum benefits. All right, what does FAFSA stand for? Letter A, free aid for federal student application. No, because FAFSA is more than just free aid. It's more than just free money. It's not just grants. It's also work-study programs and loans. So what does FAFSA stand for? It's not A. B, free application for federal student aid. Yes. FAFSA is a free application. There's no cost to submit it. And you could wind up with federal student aid in the form of grants, work-study programs, and loans. So B looks good. C says federal assistance for free student application. Not quite. No. D, federal application for free student aid. No. B is correct because FAFSA stands for free application for federal student aid. FAFSA is the federal application that students must complete to apply for federal education aid. All right, when does the FAFSA form become available each year? Is it January 1st? No. Is it June 30th? No. It's October 1st, letter C. FAFSA becomes available on October 1st each year. Students and their families are encouraged to fill it out as soon as possible to maximize potential aid. The federal deadline is June 30th at the end of the academic year for which aid is sought. For example, if your client's applying for financial aid for the 2023-2024 year, the federal deadline would be June 30th, 2024. So this question asked, when does the form become available each year? And the answer is C, October 1st. All right, what does the FAFSA determine a student's eligibility for? Is it A, only federal loans? No. Is it B, only federal grants? No. C, only federal work-study funds? No. It's D, federal loans, federal grants, and federal work-study funds. D is correct because the FAFSA is used to determine a student's eligibility for all types of federal student aid, including loans, grants, and work-study. All right, what information does the FAFSA require? A says only the student's demographic information. No, more than that. B, only the student's financial information. No. C, the student's demographic and financial information. Yes. D, the student's academic information. No. C is correct. While academic eligibility requirements, such as maintaining satisfactory academic progress, are necessary to maintain eligibility for federal student aid once it's been awarded, the FAFSA itself does not require academic information, but it does require demographic and financial information about the student and about their family to calculate the EFC, that index that determines eligibility for financial student aid. So remember that FAFSA requires both demographic and financial information, but not the student's SAT scores or grade point average. All right, regarding FAFSA, what's the expected family contribution, or EFC? And if you think you know the answer, leave it for me in the comments section. And don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out a lot. And then get yourself on I-75 with me, Darius Clark, because the right teacher makes all the difference. Go to I-75CPAReview.com and get yourself on I-75 and be home soon.